Welcome, fellow Rotarians and guests to the 2021 Rotary District Conference Governor's Gala. I'm Rosie Berg from the Bemidji Rotary Club and also your District Conference Chair. It has been a while since I've been able to dress up and attend an event such as this, and putting on my pins this evening reminded me of all the pins that were exchanged during my GSE experience to Japan over 11 years ago. That once-in-a-lifetime experience eventually led me to the opportunity to become a Rotarian. I hope you've enjoyed your time this week at our first ever virtual conference. I'm glad that each one of you has been here with us through these discussions and hope you will take the energy and excitement from this conference back to your own clubs and communities. It has been a conference rich with learning and moments of impact, and let's not forget all the fun we've had too. Today's premier conference sponsor is Paul Bunyan Communications, sponsored by the GigaZone. Thank you, Paul Bunyan Communications, for your sponsorship and for all the ways you serve the needs of our communities every day. Today's supporting sponsors include Stanford Health and Security Bank, Security Insurance USA. We'd like to start tonight out by remembering those important Rotarians whom have passed.
In the quiet sanctuaries of our own hearts, let each of us name and call on the one whose power over us is great and gentle, firm and forgiving, holy and healing. With you who created us, who sustain us, who give us the calling to live in peace, we come together in fellowship to celebrate lives well lived. Hear our prayer for those who gave the full measure of themselves in truth and fairness to all concerned. Hear our prayer for those who found true happiness in service from others and give us hearts as generous as theirs. Help us to shape and make a world that builds goodwill and benefit to all concerned. And through the example of these celebrated lives, help us to manifest a harvest of understanding and peace. Comfort those who grieve the loss of their loved ones and let your healing be the hope in their hearts. In your certain love, we rest assured, in service above self. Amen.
In recognition of our leaders for this year and next, We would like to take a moment to recognize those individuals who have served our district so well in their respective roles, and to thank those who are transitioning out to make way for others. And just as we would in person, please welcome the past district governors, district governor, club president, presidents-elect, and the district governor line for District 5580.
Greetings, fellow Rotarians and guests. It's an absolute delight to be with you this evening for our capstone event of the Virtual District Conference 5580. It's been a week of extraordinary speakers and panels touching on every aspect of Rotary's 7 areas of focus. Our strategic impacts, our reach, our engagement, our capacity to adapt, building on our 3 pillars: membership, making it meaningful and memorable; public image, using the right tools to tell our Rotary story; and tonight, our 3rd pillar, foundation. Once again, I'd like to express my appreciation for all those who have helped make this exceptional week happen. To our conference planning committee from Bagley, Park Rapids, Boston, International Falls, Bemidji Noon, Bemidji Sunrise, great organizing. And also to District Trainer Patty Balls from Central Lakes, District Administrator Gloria Mink, and backroom genius Gary Johnson. Superb job. But a very special thanks goes to our committee chair, Rosie Berg, for an amazing job over months and months of planning and doing. She is the embodiment of a person of action with service above self. Thank you, Rosie. You are truly outstanding. In a long-standing tradition, our district enjoys the opportunity to acknowledge our unique quality of being a district with clubs in 2 countries, Canada and the US. So we'd like to start a gala evening with a toast. And I'm going to invite Assistant Governor Dan Brown from Nipigon to lead us in a toast to the Queen. Dan? Dan, are you with us? Well, perhaps not. Then I would say I'll offer the toast first. A toast, join me, fellow Rotarians, a toast to the Queen. To the Queen. And, as is our custom, a toast to the office of the President of the United States. To the President. Thank you. This is an evening of celebration of you and your wonderful contributions to your clubs, your communities, and to the world of Rotary. We'll start with club recognition of foundation awards. Then we're going to hear from our dear friend and Rotary Director, Suzi Howe. Then we'll finish up with our Distinguished Service Awards and a few closing comments. Due to a family emergency, our awards chair, Julie Rothmeyer, is not able to join us this evening. As you may have noticed, Julie is passing the torch to a new chair of awards, so she's particularly disappointed not to be here. I'll be announcing the Foundation Awards and will be joined later for the Distinguished Service Awards by her successor, Roseanne Casey. You may recall the trick question I asked during my club visits. One of those questions was, what is Rotary's motto? And it was a trick question because we have 2 mottos. Rotary International's motto, of course, is service above self. The Rotary Foundation motto is doing good in the world. Combined, they give a great answer to the question, what is Rotary? It's doing good in the world through service above self. It's the people of Rotary, Rotary International, all of us, when we combine the resources of the Rotary Foundation, that gives us the capacity to do the amazing things we do as Rotarians. As such, it's important that we recognize the good work of Rotarians and the noteworthy support that goes to the foundation. So at this point, I would like to recognize the clubs and their generosity for this year. For the annual giving, largest club amounts, we have, per capita, the annual giving per capita. In second place was Nipigon Rotary Club with $208.04. And in first place, Central Lakes Rotary with per capita giving of $584.18. Congratulations to the clubs, and certificates will be sent out to you. Outstanding contribution to the foundation. Thank you so much. In the second category, we have annual giving. For clubs with 30 or less members, second place went to Nipigon Rotary with $4,106. First place went to Central Lakes Rotary, Pequot Lakes with $11,099. Clubs with 31 to 60 members. Third place was Williston at $5,045. Second place, Fargo-Moorhead AM with $7,305. And first place was Thunder Bay Port Arthur with $7,920. Thank you. And clubs with greater than 60 members. Third place was Superior Rotary at $10,300. Second place, Harbortown Rotary Club, $11,075. And first place was the Bismarck Rotary Club, $11,940. Outstanding. On Polio Plus, the largest club contribution, third place was Dickinson with $10,040. Brainerd Rotary Club with $11,372. And the Fargo-Moorhead AM Rotary Club came in at $13,700. Thank you so much for your great contribution. That is absolutely wonderful. Now, it's my absolute pleasure to introduce our very own Rotary International Director, representative, leader, and very dear friend, Suzi Howe. Suzi's the director for the 2020-22 group and a member of the Rotary Club of Space Center, Houston, Texas. Suzi dedicated her career to education after graduating from the University of Kansas. She owned and operated South Shore Montessori, a private school, until her retirement in 2019. It was during the construction of that school that Suzi learned about Rotary, as her broker, architect, and others involved were all Rotarians. Within 6 months of joining Rotary in 1992, she was already serving as a club board member. Passionate about sharing her training and educational skills, she volunteered as training leader and as a member of the Rotary Leadership Team and Development Committee. She's also served RI as Regional Rotary Foundation Coordinator, host committee advisor for the 2022 Rotary International Convention, which I'm sure we're all going to want to get to. That will be in Houston, and vice chair of the End Polio Now Countdown to History Challenge Committee. In 2005, Suzi won the Dome City Award on behalf of all Houston area Rotarians for her work running logistics for 650 Rotarian volunteers at the Houston Astrodome, who helped 250,000 people, Hurricane Katrina evacuees from New Orleans over a 3-week period. Suzi is a talented fundraiser, having organized 3 separate $1 million dinners, the last one raising $3.8 million for the Rotary Foundation. And this is a quote: "If you make eye contact with me, I will be asking you for a contribution." I do like making eye contact with Suzi, but that's quite a challenge. So Suzi is a recipient of the Service Above Self Award, the Rotary Foundation Distinguished Service Award, and citation for meritorious service. She and her husband Bill are Arch Clump Society and Bequest Society members, and in addition, she is one of the most engaged RI directors ever to serve our zone and region. Suzi is an extraordinary communicator and wonderfully compassionate, caring person for all of us in our zone. Please join me in welcoming our RI director, Suzi Howe.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Bob, for that introduction and for inviting me to come to Bemidji for the district conference. It's a pleasure to be here. And Dan Brown, I know what it's like to get dressed up and then you don't get to talk. So later you and I will be having a toast. And I love the bagpiper. I haven't heard a bagpiper in over a year. There was an installation down in Texas where we had a bagpiper, Bob, but I really enjoyed listening to the music. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So it's an honor to be here and share this conference, even though I missed the opportunity to be there in person. And finally wear the boots that I bought to be RI director from, yes, the 3 clubs in Canada, all the way south. My territory also covers all of Central America, Venezuela, and Colombia. Gracias a Dios, yo puedo hablar en español. Thank goodness I speak some Spanish. So as director, I've had the opportunity to work with some great people from 5580. If I get kicked out of my own district, I would like to be adopted by 5580. Bob McLean, now known to me as Mac, is an exceptional leader. Bob has shown strong leadership as a DG, and most recently, he has agreed to serve as our regional In Polio Now effort when our EPN In Polio Now coordinator had a heart attack and had to take a 6-month leave from Rotary. Thank you so much, Bob. And I've worked with Deborah Warner. She shined as an International Assembly training leader and will again do that as the Zone Institute trainer in Houston. Thank you, Deborah. And Linda Marin, my gosh, she has been my assistant for a full 18 months, and she's signing on for my 2nd year next year. That says a lot about her fortitude. She has kept me and our regional leaders on track during that time. I want you to know that she can research anything, and she can make friends everywhere. She's got gifts. I do appreciate the effort, of serving as Rotary International Director. As a Rotarian of nearly 30 years, I have taken the opportunity to serve in many ways and to see amazing service performed by Rotarians around the globe. First, let me say how much I enjoy working with the DGE, Keith Brocky, nice to see you, and DGN K Biga. She's gone above and beyond to make women feel welcome and see their role in Rotary. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad to see that you got someone to be your DG&D, Dave Long. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, I'm going to give you an assignment. Chair Rosie Berg asked you to take this information back to your clubs. You are now the advocate to go back to all of your Rotary clubs and share the information that you're getting this week. We have the opportunity to participate by taking advantage of the world's best investment, the Rotary Foundation. Think about this. Your investment in the TRF serves your community, the global community, and you. Participating in the Rotary Foundation allows you to invest in actions that make a difference in your local community. Some of you have heard me talk about the opportunity I had to coordinate in logistics of 650 Texas Rotarians volunteering during Hurricane Katrina. We had the opportunity to serve our community along with the people from communities that were demolished by the hurricane. The impact of seeing 250,000 displaced people struggling to overcome fear, hunger, anger, and sorrow of loss kept me going. It has stayed with me since, seeing such need in my own community. It is my hope that none of you face this type of need in your community. You and the thousands of other Rotarians in our region perform service to your communities every day. I know you've built parks and baseball fields and provided assistance to struggling school children, supported food shelves, and mentored high school students that might otherwise have fallen between the cracks. Your donations to the Rotary Foundation will come back to your community through your work. Your grants committee chair, Tim LeClaire, let me know half your grant dollars awarded were for local community projects. You've completed a park and playground projects in Bemidji, Nipigon, Crookston, Brainerd, and Fargo this year. You've invested in child literacy. In District 5580, Rotarians have donated nearly $140,000 for the annual fund during this challenging year, and those numbers keep going up. This is over $7,000 ahead of where you were last year, and this was COVID. I congratulate you on continuing to contribute so you can continue to bring grants back to your district and to share good works throughout the world. Participating in the Rotary Foundation allows you to invest in actions that make a difference in the world. Rotarians in our region have engaged in providing in-person and financial assistance in many countries in need. I know District 5580 is unique in that each Rotarian is assessed $15 a year with district dues to build a World Community Service Fund that allows you to build schools and clinics around the world. The Rotary Foundation trustee chair-elect, John Germ, was so impressed by your accomplishments that he had convinced the Rotary Foundation to allow a simple school moratorium for 2 years to model after your district. You've built 20 schools, 4 clinics, and numerous water projects in Guatemala since 2003. This year, I understand you're building a 3-classroom addition to an overcrowded school, as well as multiple schools in Honduras, along with recent global grants for WASH in schools for Guatemala, Honduras, and India. Congratulations, that is major. Many years ago, I was asked to join a Rotary eye clinic in Guerrero, Mexico. The clinic treats cataracts and other eye issues. We know that most of us will need cataract surgery at some time, generally when we're in our 60s and 70s. The people in Guerrero start developing cataracts much younger, even in their 20s. The clinic treats over 1,000 patients at each visit, treating only those that are already legally blind. This is a major issue because it is a culture where each family member must contribute to the family's ability to survive. Many older people who are blind commit suicide, so they will not be a non-contributing burden to the family. Surgery is performed first on one eye, so the patient can see again and allow for more people to have the surgery. There is a long list of people waiting, and I am humbled by being able to assist in the effort that allows people, many younger than myself, to once again feel like a contributing member of the family and the community. You are probably thinking, I didn't know Suzi was a doctor. I'm not. And you don't have to be a doctor or a nurse or an engineer to assist on a mission trip. I made sandwiches, hundreds of sandwiches for the Guerrero Clinic workers. How many of you, think about this, how many of you have participated in a polio immunization day, a national immunization day, somewhere like India? How many of you have participated in a World Polio Day, October 24th, or sometime during the month of October? Just think, we are instrumental in the effort to eradicate polio from the face of the earth. Just think, in 1985, there were 350,000 cases of polio around the world. Many of us have forgotten or never knew about the polio epidemic because the United States was declared polio-free in 1979. Those of us that are too young to remember the polio epidemics can understand the fear that we now have as we live through a pandemic that has also has respiratory associated issues with it. There are state fairs in our country that were canceled last year, the first time that they were canceled since the polio epidemic in 1946. As a member of the International Polio Plus Committee, I have the privilege of seeing the work we continue to do to keep our promise to the children of the world. Eliminating polio in Pakistan and Afghanistan, the last 2 countries with endemic cases of polio, is still a huge challenge. And in addition, we have 4 areas of polio focus: optimize the outbreak response, fast track a new vaccine, strengthen the delivery system in high-risk areas, and ensure vaccine availability for all children. Your donations to the End Polio Now campaign will help make these efforts come to fruition. As Rotarians, we believe that service changes the world, and sometimes we forget that participating in the Rotary Foundation helps make a difference in you. Maya Angelou said, "I have found that among its other benefits, giving liberates the soul of the giver." I have found that among its other benefits, giving liberates the soul of the giver. How could you not be impacted when you participate in making the world a better place? Our Rotary International President-elect, Shekhar Mehta, says, "Service is the rent we pay for the space we occupy on this earth. For those of us fortunate to live in abundance, we have the opportunity to make an impact around the world. Your gifts to the Rotary Foundation help to improve your communities, as well as communities and peoples in far-off places on our planet. You cannot serve without becoming more aware and a better person." Desmond Tutu said the Dead Sea in the Middle East receives fresh water, but it has no outlet, so it doesn't pass the water out. It receives beautiful water from the rivers, and the water goes dank. I mean, it goes bad. And that's why it is called the Dead Sea. It receives and does not give. In the end, generosity is the best way we become more, and more joyful. Thank you so much for inviting me to join you all. This is a real treat for me to get to be back with so many people that I know and new friends I'm making. Thank you so much. I wish that every one of you will continue to know the joy of giving.
The host needs to allow me, there we go. The host was not allowing me to show up. Suzi, thank you so much. To my fellow Rotarians, now you can see what District Governor-elect Keith Brocky and I have enjoyed this past year working with Suzi. She is truly spectacular and a wonderfully compassionate individual, a great leader, and she is our conduit to Rotary's leadership because she is one. She's at the top of the ranks, and we are just blessed to have her as our representative. So Suzi, thank you for those great words, and thank you for being part of our district this year. We greatly appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Now, we want to bring attention to some recognition to some top performing clubs for growing Rotary. This year, we had a number of clubs that had positive growth, which during the time of COVID was challenging. But for the most new members, the club that came in second was Thunder Bay Lakehead Rotary Club. They had a net of 4. Dickinson Rotary Club and Bemidji were tied at first at 6. So congratulations to Thunder Bay Lakehead, Dickinson Rotary Club, and Bemidji Rotary Club. Outstanding. Then in terms of membership development, percentage of increase, here again, great numbers. Crookston Rotary Club by 11%, Thunder Bay Lakehead by 12%, Fergus Falls Sunrise Club by 13%. That's terrific. So thank you for your efforts and congratulations to the clubs. Now, I'll invite our incoming awards committee chair, Roseanne Casey, to join me on the stage, quote unquote. Roseanne, we have some wonderful recognitions to present. And what I'll ask is if you could provide a brief description of each category when I bring it up, I will then announce the winner in that category.
Happy to help you, Bob. Happy to be here with you.
Yay, thank you. And all dressed up and ready.
Best I can do, Bob.
No, that's great. Thank you. I'm wearing flannel. Keep it in mind.
I thought I'd go with blue and white for Rotary.
Perfect. That's great. So would you share with our district the criteria of club service for Distinguished Rotarian?
Okay. A Distinguished Rotarian for club service is a Rotarian who's excelled in the area of service to his or her club. This could include their work on club activities, projects, membership recruitment, programs, or speaker coordination, and other work that enhances their success of the club. We really couldn't do without these people.
Outstanding. And this year's award winner for club service is from the Detroit Lakes Noon Club, Travis Stone. I'm not sure if we can get a picture of Travis, but Travis, congratulations. And so people know Travis was another one of our backdoor people this week helping us out. He is an exceptional talent, and as I understand, he is going to be the assistant district trainer this coming year in training behind Patty Balls. So again, congratulations, Travis. The second category international service.
This is a Rotarian who leads his or her club's participation in international service opportunities, including coordinating trips for service, promoting international projects with other clubs, or helping coordinate international projects with other groups, including the district.
Great. And congratulations goes to Bemidji Rotarian, Stephen Rith Nigerian. Steve, congratulations. The third area is vocational service.
That's a Rotarian who excels in the area of vocational service for his or her club. This could include organizing opportunities for youth or exchanging other vocational opportunities with Rotarians from our club, our district, or somewhere else.
Thank you. This award goes to Thunder Bay Port Arthur Rotarian, David Silman. David, congratulations. The last Distinguished Service Award is in community service. So, Roseanne?
That's a Rotarian who leads or participates in various community service projects for his or her club. This is usually the go-to person when planning a new service project or getting another project off the ground, and they are always the one at the event.
Thank you. This award goes to Grand Rapids Centennial Rotarian, Keith Paulister. Keith, congratulations. So for each of the award winners in Distinguished Service, they will be receiving a gift and a certificate from the district, and we will be sending that out in the next week or so. Our last award of the evening is for the Rotarian of the Year. Roseanne?
Wow, what can you say about a Rotarian of the Year? They embody everything that we all strive to be. They participate, they think of new ways to make their clubs better. They want better for their communities and for the world. They are what we all want to be.
Wonderful. And this Rotarian of the Year from Thunder Bay, Port Arthur, this award goes to Kevin Holloway. So please join me in recognizing Kevin and all of the other distinguished award winners. It's an outstanding accomplishment, and we're delighted for Kevin as well as the other distinguished Rotarians. And for Kevin as well, a beautiful award will be going to him along with a certificate. We're delighted for all of our winners, and frankly, for everyone in their participation this year in your service. It's been an exceptional year, and we thank you for all that you have done. Roseanne, thank you for stepping in and joining me this evening on the podium, as well as taking on the torch of the awards committee going forward. Greatly appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate all of Julie's help throughout the past years, and it's been great to work with her. So I'm looking forward to the next few.
Julie has been a phenomenal awards committee chair, and I know you'll be doing the same. Thank you so much. So tonight has been a celebration of legendary service. And before we close, let me take another moment to mention today's premium sponsor, Paul Bunyan Communication, powered by GigaZone. Our thanks goes out to them and all of our sponsors over the course of the week. They've provided outstanding service. Tomorrow, we honor the memory of David Collins and encourage your club to organize a local service project where Rotarians can come together comfortably and safely to complete a legendary service event. Please post pictures to our Facebook page. We'd love to see what you did. And we may get many miles apart, but we are together in service. So here we are, drawing to the close of the District 5580 Virtual Conference 2021. When Jason Brown gave his superb presentation today, it felt like he had seen my notes on one of the little tasks that I wanted to do for the closing comments, and that is audience participation. So everyone can play along, but what I would like in particular is the club presidents, president-elects, pastors and governors to use your chat box. And I'm going to ask for one word, just one word. Post for me if you would, just one word that describes the past 12 months for you. So take a moment and please post on the chat box the one word that represents the past 12 months for you. Great words coming in. Connectedness. Chaotic. Amen. Experimental. Unexpected. Growth. Challenging. Innovative. Great words. Well, there was one word that stood out in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. They did a compilation of the number of words that were looked up in the course of the year, and the word that had the greatest increase in words looked up in 2020 was pandemic, and that makes so much sense. I mean, what an impact that word had. Now, one other question: who can guess the most positive word that was used in 2020? Again, we'll go to the chat box. Guess the most positive word. Inspirational. Thank you. What else? Giving, hope, hopeful. Vaccine. Good. Resilience. Good. Okay. Great. Well, based on the feedback of the science, the most positive word in 2020 was the word negative. And the term, when you think about it, it's ironic, but negative COVID was considered the most positive word in 2020. But let's stop for a second and create another list of words. Fellowship, integrity, service, leadership, diversity. Think how important our treasured values of Rotary have been for us this past year. Fellowship, to be together, in person or via Zoom, so that no one felt left behind or left out. Integrity, to assure that the application of the four-way test is applied to all concerned. In a year of divisive rhetoric, it's been challenging to stand up for truth, to stand up for what's fair to all concerned, to build goodwill and better friendship, and to make sure it's beneficial to all concerned. Service, the amazing service above and beyond that you've provided to your communities, frontline workers, school kids, soup kitchens, food shelves. This is the work of Rotary. And then leadership, in all we think, say, and do, supporting our communities during times of great need, unknowing, fighting human trafficking, dispelling COVID myths, being there for others. And then diversity, as shared by President Holger today. Diversity is truly something to celebrate. It's key to growing our clubs, growing Rotary. Remember M&Ms, making membership meaningful and memorable. If you only have blue M&Ms, what's missing? Words like pandemic, despair, quarantine, they're dispelled with words like impact, reach, engagement, capacity to adapt. These are the words you took to heart and put into real action to make this year truly meaningful and memorable for your club, your community, and for yourself. Finally, remember the wisdom shared by our first speaker, John Huco, that everything we do as Rotarians builds positive peace. We are ambassadors of peace through our 7 areas of focus, our supportive foundation, our efforts within our local community or communities around the world. All that we do in the spirit of service builds peace, positive peace. So with that, I thank you for all you have done, all you're doing, and all you will do to change the world, to change each other through legendary service. You've made this a truly meaningful and memorable year. Peace, Godspeed, and may you have an outstanding rest of your year. Thank you for all of you've done. Rosie, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Bob. You have been fantastic to work alongside. You have made this conference so smooth for me. I appreciate all the work you have done. I just want to say, you did a fantastic job on a role that you had no idea you were going to take on, and that was being the official MC of our conference. So thank you, congratulations, and We will all be calling you just a natural in front of the camera from now on. So thank you, Bob.
My pleasure.
On behalf of all the planning committees, our host club, I want to say thank you. You're an inspiration and truly legendary to our Rotary family. And I'd like to actually turn it over right now to the Bemidji Rotary Club, who is meeting in person for a watch party for a special presentation just for you, Bob.
Can you see us?
I see you.
Oh, you do? Excellent.
Excellent. So, District Governor Bob McLean, on behalf of Bemidji, you and I met 2 years ago when we were looking at bringing the district conference to Bemidji. And at that time, you promised us dedicated leadership, solid partnership, and a style of leadership that really encouraged others to participate as much as possible. You delivered that for more than just that conference in this year. But on behalf of our club and all the clubs that helped host this conference, with some assistance from Chris Keenan and Keenan's Cabinets of Distinction, we have a nice plaque to present to you commemorating your term as district governor, as well as a map of the district. And
Wow.
we look forward to presenting this to you at our club meeting on Monday. In person. In person.
I will be there. Outstanding. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. I greatly appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing all of you on Monday. Thank you. And to all of you again, thank you so much. Rosie, you're going to take it out. You got the last word.
Well, the last word is just be legendary. And thank you for joining us this week.
Have a great night. Great job.